Hi all, welcome back to my Ebbsfleet save. A lot's happened since the game against Grimsby. We've just been doing what we do best, which is playing football and winning, basically. I've been so lucky to have a player like Max Hazeldine, who's been brilliant. Um, and yeah, we keep winning. We keep conceding a lot, usually first, and then we come back and win. But I thought I'd show you the Kettering game. Kettering it's in the cup. They are a division below, and it's away. The game's just been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch at Kettering. Um, but yeah, I mean, we keep scoring. We've got two fantastic strikers, which is Max Hazeldine and James Allaby. You can see there, Max Hazeldine's our top scorer, James Allaby with our highest average rating, and the two combine really well. Max Hazeldine's actually out injured, or I think coming back at the moment. And this chap has been doing okay, to be fair to him. I've been trying to give him games throughout the season. I just wanted to take a little time out before we play the game. The main change that you will find is that I've created, if you like, a new tactic in my save for the Invincibles, which I will not be using just yet. But I watched a YouTube video from FM Scout, and I have to give an absolute shout out to this chap for creating the tactic. I will post the link to his video in the bit that you can post writing in, because it to me, I haven't tried the tactic out, but if it is what he says it is, which I believe it is, I completely understand and agree with a lot on the video. He's done a fantastic job of looking at the Arsenal Invincibles. Arsenal, of course, my favourite team, bar none. And it's something which I'm very excited to try out. I don't have the players at the moment, particularly up front. I don't have a complete forward that I can play in there. I don't really have an advanced playmaker. I mean, I do, but I don't use him very much. And to be honest, he's got every right to want to leave. He seems to be keeping quiet, which is one thing, but I can see him moving on eventually, just purely because I just don't fit him in my system. And also the wide men as well. I play as wingers, whereas it's a wide playmaker and a wide midfielder. Yeah. So I'm very excited to use this tactic eventually. It's not one that I'm going to be using at the moment, but I just wanted to sort of pay a bit of a homage, if you like, to that guy who created that video, because it looks like he's been able to replicate the Invincibles, and it's something which I eventually intend to do with Ebbsfleet. I mean, fancy that, Ebbsfleet playing like the Invincibles would be amazing. So competition-wise, we're doing well. We're pretty much on for promotion. I would be very surprised if we didn't manage it. We're pretty much walking it, and that's good. So from that, it looks like we'll be going into, what, League 2 would that be? I assume. League 2. The dizzy heights of League 2 next season, playing amongst the names of Bristol Rovers, Coventry City, who were once in the Premiership, if they don't get promoted themselves, that is. Doncaster, Notts County, Crawley Town, who are probably the nearest Football League team to where I live. But anyway, let's go into the cup. We're playing Kettering. I've made a few changes. I've got my 18-year-old out playing, because I'm trying to rotate the squad a little bit now that we're a bit more comfortable. So you'll see that there's a lot of players who don't play regularly. All my defensive midfielders, all three of them, are going to be, in that region that say that they're not playing a lot, because there's three of them sharing one spot. And I haven't been playing my counter-attacking, what would you call it? I mean, it's 4-1-2-2-1. I don't know if that's what they call it in this, but well, I've just called it. But yeah, it's basically that's what it is. But I'm not playing that very often because obviously I'm walking the league. So I'm just giving games to players who aren't as regular. And if we look down here, these are the areas that I'm going to need to strengthen next season. Not so much the initial players, but actually the backup. Because the reason why these players are playing so much is because I don't really have anyone that I can call on or rotate with. Whereas in these areas, you'll see that, you know, I've got two very good solutions. So probably in the summer, I'll be looking for a left winger, a left back, which is, you know, Jack Connors is one of the only originals from the team, along with Jack Powell, and I've got a feeling Ben Taylor as well. Don't know if I brought him in. I can't really remember. I think he was at the club already. So those three are the main originals that were at the club already and that, you know, I use often. But really, I need a centre back who can head the ball. I need a backup solution to Jack Connors, even though he's still probably one of the best players on the team. Great player. But I can't rely on him. I'm so lucky he's been ever present, this lad. Really good player. If you're making like a lower league football manager game, I would advise you take a very good look at Jack Connors because he's been brilliant for me. And you'll see there 47 games last season when we stayed up in the Vanarama National. Anything else to kind of mention? No, and Aidan Austin has been brilliant as well. So yeah, let's get into the game. It's an unusual tactic they've got. They've got three up front. Really, it's three strikers. They've got three in midfield. It's like a 4-3-3. It's probably 4-1-2-1-2 is what they'd call it. They don't have much width, but I'm guessing the fullbacks will provide the width. And this is probably a defensive midfielder here, so they've got the three defenders. So, be an interesting one. We are better than them. You know, we're a couple of divisions above. I'll let the assistant. And I always tell the players I have faith in them. Particularly this chap because he's a debutant to Max Hazeldine, who's pretty much our star striker. And James Allaby's been brilliant in the most recent game, so I can't drop him because he's just had two man of the match performances, or at least in my opinion, man of the match. He scored 2 goals last time out, and the time before we went 1-0 down, and he basically grabbed the game by the scruff of his neck, of the scruff of the neck, possibly even scored 2 himself. Again in that game, I can't honestly remember. So Cassian Thomas, ball over the top. This is what I want to see. Your striker chasing the ball down. Nice. So the striker I've got in an advanced forward play, and I guess that's where you can see him being an advanced forward and chasing over after the ball over the top. Not a lot happening in this game. See, that is our Achilles heel, is the defenders who can win a header. And Kettering are doing really well, to be fair to them. I'm not happy. We should be getting up there. You know, this is Kettering. They're a few divisions below us, and we're struggling against them. Maybe that extra man in midfield is paying dividends. Oh, given away. Winners. Right, here's your striker. Finish. 1-0. 1-0. And it's probably a bit cruel on Kettering. They've had more chances than us. And I'd be surprised if that's the final goal. Aiden Austin turns and spins. Alabi straight at the keeper. So as typical, the guy in form, when I focus on him, picks it up again. Striker. I can't pronounce his name. Oof. Come on, man. But yeah, Max Hazeldine's out injured. I want this. That guy does seem to score. Just wish he didn't have such a confusing name. Difficult to pronounce name. Constantiu, is it? Jack Powell bursting through the midfield. Cross in. Alabi, 2-0. Game over. Thank you. Well, never say never. Now, I'm going to take Alabi off, not because he's not playing well, but because I want to rest him and I want to give this guy a game. So we've got our two backup strikers on the pitch now. I usually rotate the midfield anyway, so I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to bring Ferdinand on for Powell because he hasn't played in a while. Admittedly, every time I seem to bring him on, we do drop. And I'm going to bring Solarm on for Cassian Thomas. Just to give him a game. It's all time on the pitch because I do feel like it's over. I know there's half an hour to go, but they're not really a threat to us, and I'm that confident. Oh, it's all right. Keeper will get that. Oh, pick it up, mate. It's a good run. Linking up well, and oh, what a goal! You know, these players are playing for a place in the team, and I've got to say it's a good bit of link-up play. Happy with that. Was that 3-0 against Kettering? You can see we are like bossing the game now. Which, you know, the first goal went in. It was probably a bit unfair on Kettering, but you never get what you deserve in this game. I can see a mistake brewing here. It's good pressure at least. Nice. Yeah, you can see we're absolutely bossing this game now. So my half-time team talk must have done something. There you go. 4-0. Job done. Job's a good one. And was that his hat-trick or was that his second? Yeah, his hat-trick. Nice. It's good, that. Pleased with that. It's a shame it can't be in the millions. Yeah, great game. Great game from this chap. And no, I'm very happy. I think I might play him in the next game, even if Hazeldine's back, just to reward him. Because look, I've gone on about Max Hazeldine and how good he is. But to step into his shoes or his boots and play and do as well as he is, fair play. And that's that. So another good win. It seems like all we seem to be able to do is win at the moment, which is great. And yeah, I'll probably come back towards the end of the season. I would imagine we'll have promotion sewn up. And yeah, you know, things are going well and quite smoothly, to be fair. I mean, what are we, 73 with 14 games to go? I know that was the cup, but I'm just 14 games to go. So already, I know it's daft anyway, but we're already safe from relegation. I think we're in this sort of region here. See if I can. Possible finish first or 22nd. There you go. So at the very least, we'll finish there. So you're looking at about what, 8 more wins to guarantee promotion? Probably other teams will drop points along the way, but if we had like 8 more wins. So yeah, it's a really good opportunity for me to rotate and start playing different players. I think next season we'll get this chap back off loan. And we might start playing him next season because he is a solution to the whole heading thing. The fact that we concede every goal we concede is on headers. I worry every time a ball gets played aerially into the box. And what I might start doing actually, see, he's no good at heading either. But I might start playing Connor York just to give him games so that my right back can stay playing there. Connor York can play in the centre. He can play as a centre back. So I might do that just to be able to rotate and give that right back, Jim McDowell, some games. Because these players have played a lot of games themselves. Is there anything else to mention? Not at the moment. Max Hazeldine is out for 1 or 2 days, so he'll be back. But I'll put him on the bench. But I'm going to stick with this chap. Purely, I mean, he just got a hat-trick, for goodness sake. Nothing else to say, really. So thanks very much for watching.